I'm Sparky Sinclaire. It's just really the person that I go for and am attracted to, and I like all body parts and things, so. I definitely identify as being an exhibitionist. I love webcamming and masturbating for people that are watching. That totally gets me off, especially if I can see them jerking off to me. Jerking off, that's even better. That's one of my favorite things. That gets me off so fast when I'm camera. I obviously like attention and that kind of stuff, but when it's, I don't like to be over the top or steal attention or energy from other people, but if I have the opportunity to be kind of, also being in front of the camera too, it generally makes me, well, in the realm of BDSM, I can usually take more pain because it makes me, knowing that people are watching makes me want to, it gives me that much more adrenaline. Yeah, I guess anytime I know that someone's watching, it makes me want to go all out. Yeah, so I started shooting for the BDSM site about, I guess it's been about almost 6 months, about 6 months now, and before then I had never had any experience with BDSM of any kind. Subbing, well, I mean, I guess I've always had a naturally submissive personality, and I knew that, and I did have some crazy past with kind of a sex cult, I guess, like years ago. Yeah, so I had experience with kind of serving and being a submissive female, but it definitely taught me 1,000,000,001 lessons. I'm actually taking a break now for about 4 to 6 months or so to just process everything that I've learned, because it's been such an intense learning experience. And I haven't had a break to really absorb everything that I've learned. Some of it's funny because a lot of the issues that I thought would come up didn't, and a lot of the issues that I didn't think would come up did. So it was healing of the issues that didn't come up, like particularly having pain inflicted upon me, and then being able to know the difference between consent and knowing that you're actually always the one in control, even though you're the slave or the submissive, that it's your role that validates the dom's role, and it's your permission that you're giving to allow them to inflict any kind of pain on you. So that was really healing, as well as, distinguishing between getting paid to do it, that helped too, and also knowing the difference between people who are inflicting pain on you because they care about you and they want you to have a certain experience, versus someone inflicting pain on you because they're just a bully and they just, they're taking out their anger on you without any concern for your feelings or your well-being or your health. Whereas, before a scene in BDSM porn or shoots, you talk extensively about every health issue, every emotional issue that could come up. It's like the people that I worked with, they know everything about me because of this. So that was really amazing. And then also the new issues that I didn't expect to come up, that was amazing, because then I grew not only from healing past issues, but I grew in ways that I never thought I would. And it's definitely been really tough. I lack focus and my memory is shit, so these were all things that I really had to learn, just learning, a slave motto and learning slave positions and protocol, and it actually became a sort of meditation for me, because focusing that much, not being at attention for long periods of time, but not being able to fidget or, with my arms behind my back and not be able to squeeze my arms or do that, but just be completely still and focused and attentive. It was very peaceful. I was a great communicator before I got into BDSM, and now my communication has grown exponentially, because you do, before every shoot, and especially when you're doing it so often, and it's not just one time and then you're gone, and it's, I'm working with these people every day, so I have to, go in and say, You know, today I'm feeling a little moody and emotional. If you use this instrument on me, I just want to let you know I will lose it in tears. Or, okay, that was actually what I was going to say, was I was crying regularly because I wouldn't consider myself a pain slut so much. So I was crying regularly, and I felt really started to feel really emotionally healthy just from regularly crying. And it was a very amazing release, and not a bad thing to cry at all, and wasn't judged for crying or saying mercy, and if I needed to stop. And that was another thing too, is I learned that I'm much stronger than I thought I was, and I can take a lot more than I thought I could. So that was also really cool. It's just learning to realize that, like, my potential and fulfilling that potential, and as a human being, and going forth in life, and using all this pain processing and all these tools for the real world. I'm definitely a Star Wars freak, and I think people see me and maybe think that I look kind of trendy, and so maybe like the R2-D2 pail that I have is just kind of like oh, that's cool, that's a Star Wars reference, I'm gonna pick that up. But really, like, if you go to my house, it's like it's somewhat, it's an obsession basically. And I'm a collector, so I collect like 80s vintage action figures, and well, I guess not just action figures, but 80s merchandise too, which I love, because the action figures out of box are so cheap from back then that I don't take my action figures that I get now out of the box. So which I usually only buy like the vintage remakes anyways, but I love having ones out of box that I can like play with and stuff, because I feel so conflicted about not being able to take, like, ripping tags off and not being able to have stuff out of the box, or not wanting to. I don't know why, it's weird. But I do have, I have my Boba Fett heart right here. I love Boba Fett because I kind of identify with him as far as just kind of not wanting to be a part of the world's politics in any way, and just being like this badass, just like, just, I don't want to say anarchist almost, but just very like, leave me the fuck alone, and like let me live the way I want to live, and I'm going to stay out of your messy world. I love wigs because they make me feel like a space cadet, which I am. So, and I think they kind of just give me this, they make me feel more like I could be who I really am, a little like weird and a little, out there, and it's kind of just when you dress in a way that, you dress, if you want to feel and act sexy, then you dress up sexy so that you can, so that you feel that way and act that way when you're interacting with other people. And I guess it does the same thing for me. But also, so I get lazy, I hate my hair, I've had troubles with my hair forever, it's just like not agreeable. So it's nice to just be able to shower, pin it up, throw on a wig that's already ready, and I don't have to do shit, and I'm good to go. I love it, it's great. Well, I have an interesting past with threesomes, and it used to be what I was actually really used to. I kind of started out in relationships that, when I was 18, that was focused on threesomes, and so that's just what I was used to. And even when I wasn't with my primary partner, and we were, this was a part of like the cult thing, but when I left that and escaped that, I started seducing couples, because I was still like, okay, I'm gonna see what it's like to be the odd one coming into a relationship, but having like threesome etiquette, and helping these two people facilitate a really awesome sexual experience, but then being able to leave after, which I found was really nice. But I like threesomes because it's, you can always busy yourself with something, and you don't have to, it's not constantly back and forth between two people, and either you're being satisfied or they're being satisfied, or you guys are both, you get to watch other people, you're being watched. There's always, it satisfies my ADD brain, maybe. It's like a lot of stimulus, and